Hello, you're very welcome. My name is Deiric McCann from Genos International, and I expect that you've landed here because you want to get a little bit deeper into what do you get when you become a Genos Emotional Intelligence Certified Practitioner. In Genos, we boast a lot that we partner with our practitioners. We don't just support them. So we've built a very, very comprehensive set of support services to ensure our certified practitioners' success. So whether you're an independent coach, consultant, or trainer looking to add Genos assessments and solutions to your range of products and services, or an in-house coach, consultant, and trainer looking to enhance what you provide to your internal clients, well then you'll see in this 19-minute video that we provide a really comprehensive range of support services that will make you successful working with us. So without any further ado, let me share my screen and let's get started. So if you landed here, as I say, it's probably because you feel inclined towards becoming a Genos Certified Emotional Intelligence Practitioner. And our research from the people who gravitate towards our business suggests that you're likely the sort of person who not only wants to have an impact on the bottom line of your business, but wants your business to have an impact upon the world, to have an impact that means something in the world. This is our mission statement, and we are all about and very focused upon helping our clients and organizations and partners to create more emotionally intelligent workplaces where people actually want to be and where empathy and genuine consideration are the order of the day. So if you're looking at Genos with the thought that I'd like to add something to the bottom line of my organization, but I'd also like to impact the world, make it a better place to be, well, then you're in the right place. Let me show you why we always boast that we provide better support than anybody in the world for the people who choose to partner with us. Before I do that, I just want you to know that we are an organization that are at the very top of our industry, are one of the top suppliers of emotional intelligence assessments and programs in the world. And that's recognized by the authorities that count in that area. For the last 2 or 3 years, we have been one of trainingindustry.com's top 20 assessment vendors. Now, I don't mean top 20 emotional intelligence assessment vendors. I mean, of all the assessment vendors in all areas all around the world, we were selected as one of the top 20. That means something in terms of the quality of our products and the innovation that we bring to bear. We are also recognized by the ICF, the International Coach Federation, and ICF members who go through our certification are entitled to continuing education credits. But a lot of people have that. We go a step further. We've worked very closely with the ICF to become a global business partner, which means that their head of technology and their head of research has looked at our research and our technology and has determined that what we do works, has blessed it, and has given us that very special status of being an ICF Global Business Partner. The final credential that we're really proud of is a membership and approval by the Consortium for Research and Emotional Intelligence in Organizations. When Daniel Goleman really started all the real work in this area in the middle 90s, there was a tremendous growth in assessment providers who were providing assessments that really didn't have any great amount of research invested into them. And so concerned by this, himself and his colleague Richard Boyatzis, established a consortium to provide a set of standards for certifying those vendors who meet the rigorous research standards that are required of tools that will be used where decisions are being made about people's careers and development. We are one of only 7 vendors that have been approved by consortium, and we are organizational members of the consortium right from day one. So I just want you to know you're in safe hands. But besides being in safe hands with a vendor who knows the territory, you're also in safe hands commercially because emotional intelligence is in the press now all the time. It has never been more important than it is today. As we are on the cusp of the 4th industrial revolution, and that's the advent of artificially intelligent systems, people like the World Economic Forum are telling us that the ability to be human, that is emotional intelligence, is more important than it ever has been before. As early as 2015, when they made a prediction of the top 10 skills that would be essential for success in 2020, the World Economic Forum said emotional intelligence was number 6 in that list. And since that, all of the credible sources of research are coming out with report after report saying, for the future, for you, for your clients' organizations, the skills that we call emotional intelligence, the ability to understand, to persuade, to be empathetic, to be uniquely human, are those skills that are going to differentiate people. So moving forward, this is something that all of your clients need. Many of them will be asking for. So whether you're an internal coach, consultant, or trainer servicing people inside your organization, or an independent coach, consultant, or trainer, this is something that really should be part of your range of offerings. When we certify you, we come from the background of the expertise that I just outlined, and we certify you with everything that you need to know to be able to persuade people as to the value of emotional intelligence, to talk about it credibly, and to deliver compelling programs for developing the emotional intelligence of anybody inside an organization, from the CEO down through their middle management, down through sales, all the way down to the troops on the ground. We make you an expert in this in an intensive 2-day session or 6-week online session. So at the end of the program, you really know the territory very well. You're capable of consulting on developing compelling emotional intelligence solutions. Now, honestly, that's where most vendors will stop. You get that education and you're moved out and told, go and make this work. We partner. So all of our intent, all of our focus is upon helping those who become our certified practitioners to be successful. So what I'm going to show you is how we do that. And the first thing is with the most highly validated range of emotional intelligence assessment anywhere. Not only have we got the deepest and broadest research of any assessment vendor in the emotional intelligence space, but we also have the most comprehensive range of offerings. The first family of offerings we have is something we call our workplace report options. And workplace are basically the reports that can be used for absolutely anybody in any position. They're completely agnostic as to what you do for a living or what level you are inside the organization. So regardless of whether you're the janitor or the CEO, these assessment reports will provide deep information on how emotionally intelligent those around you are experiencing you showing up. There are 3 different reports in the range. There's a self-report, which is just taking report back from the individual themselves. There's a 180, which is where we take feedback from the individual plus one group of people, their colleagues or the direct reports. And then there's the 360, where we take feedback from an individual, their boss, the direct reports, and their colleagues and peers. We also have specialized leadership version, particularly designed for those people whose responsibility is motivating other people to get results. So people who are required to inspire and motivate people to get results inside the organization. So we have 2 separate families of reports. Again, inside the leadership reports, we have the self, the 180, and the 360. We add a lot of value to every report that we deliver to you for you to deliver to your client. And the first piece of value I want to share with you is this development tips workbook. Everybody who goes through a Genos assessment gets one of these workbooks, which has a series of tips that are keyed to all of the core behaviors that are measured in the assessment, with a range of really compelling suggestions on tips on how the candidate can raise their emotional intelligence in those areas identified by the report. So it's not just, here's all the things that you need to address. It's also, here are some ways that you can go about addressing those. In addition to that, we feel that it's really important that our clients have the opportunity not just to develop emotional intelligence in people, but to identify it in those people at the point of hire. And so our Genos EI selection report is the most comprehensive selection report in the EI space, and it is the only emotional intelligence assessment that was purpose-built for the selection recruitment process. So in addition to development offerings, you have access to that. Now, one of the things that we're really serious about, we want to make our partners successful. We want to make our clients successful. If you go onto our website and you look at our testimonials, you'll see that a lot of the way that we go to market is on the back of the great things that people say about us. The reason they say those things about us is because we get results. And the reason we get results is because of all the stuff we build around our assessments. Let me share with you 4 or 5 specialty add-ons that you will have at no additional cost for every report that you run for a client. The first one is this consultant report. I want you to imagine as a coach, consultant, or trainer that you've just completed a series of assessments on a group of people inside one of your clients' organizations. The consultant report gives you, the consultant, a single compilation of all those results and an analysis of what are you looking at to make it convenient for you to be able to look at that group of people as a group and see what are the key things that you need to be focused upon. We also produce something for a client called the group report, which takes all of those results, aggregates them together and says, here's what the organization or that particular department looks like in each of the various emotional intelligence attributes that we measure. It provides value add that is just extraordinary. So imagine that when you've delivered back reports to 20 people inside an organization, you go back to the management who sponsored you and you deliver back an analysis that says, here's what emotional intelligence looks like across your organization, across that group of people who did it, and here are the suggestions that we make for your next steps. Really phenomenally useful, tremendous value add, and it comes at no additional cost. Another thing that we build in is in all of our leadership assessments, we build in a free option whereby you can switch on an engagement survey. Now, it's a snapshot. If you switch that on in a leadership survey, well, then we ask all of the direct reports of that leader, not just the feedback on the emotional intelligence of their leader, the manager, but also to feedback in an engagement survey to give us the level of their engagement. So in one place you've got, here's how the manager is showing up. In another place you got, here's how well people are engaged. And all of the research says that the way in which a leader shows up, the extent to which they demonstrate their emotional intelligence to the people they work for, has a direct impact on the extent to which they engage. So having those two together in one report is a really, really valuable thing. We build that into the group report. So a very, very strong thing to have an engagement survey built into the emotional intelligence survey as well. It's 2 or 3 pages long, and I'm not going to go into detail right now. I just want you to know nobody else can do this because nobody else in the emotional intelligence field has emotional intelligence expertise plus engagement expertise. Finally, in this add-on, whether you're an internal coach, consultant, or trainer, or you're an independent commercial coach, consultant, and trainer, one of the things that your clients will look for all the time is an indication of what's in this for me? What's the return on investment I'm likely to get? We provide you access to our return on investment system. It allows you to plug in metrics from your client and produce a really compelling 8 or 10 page report that says, here's what we've learned from what you plugged in about the client, and here's the return on investment that the client can expect to have. So I want you to imagine that you're not just getting these assessments, but you're getting all of these consultant reports, group report, and that engagement option, plus the return on investment built around it. So that already enhances the depth and the breadth of what you're offering to your clients around this emotional intelligence assessment. But there is more, because one of the things that came up very, very early in the development of our organization from our partners was it takes a long time to develop training programs, and we're learning something new. We're learning to be emotional intelligence experts. It's taking us months to develop our own one-day programs. So when you become a certified emotional intelligence practitioner, you also get, at no cost whatsoever, 4 complete one-day emotional intelligence development programs. One is called the Emotional Intelligent Leader. The other is called the Resilient Leader. The third one is called the Engaging Leader. The fourth one is called the Mindful Leader. And we have a 5th one on the way for people whose business is professional selling. Now, this is something that I cannot overestimate the value of this. I want you to imagine when you finish your certification, on the day that you finish, you can pick one of the brochures out of our many marketing materials, which I'll share with you later on, and you can start talking about your 4 training offerings right away. Because we give you the PowerPoint deck, we give you a facilitator's guide and script, and we give you the workbooks that you use during those programs. And what's really nice is the assessment results for each candidate are integrated into the workbook. So if you've 20 people in the room, each person has core workbook content in common, but each of them have their own personal, individual emotional intelligence results built into the workbook. And this all comes at no additional cost. Now, the final thing I want to share with you, we really have the best post-certification support offering in the world. We don't consider it support, we consider it a partnership offering. Let me share some of the main things that we offer to our certified practitioners. The day after you complete certification, you'll sign up for our Fast Start program. And each week after that, a video will drop into your mailbox saying, here's what to do now. And step by step, week by week, we guide you through getting your Genos business up and going. Now, this is really, really useful to independent coaches, consultants, and trainers because it tells you how to find new clients and how to bring this to existing clients. But for those of you who are working in-house, there are a lot of ideas in here as well that give you an idea of how to present it to stakeholders in-house as well. The second thing, and this is utterly unique, as far as we know, nobody else in the assessment business has an online video education university. This has more than 100 video courses that are on all aspects of our business. So let's imagine it's 10 o'clock at night. You're going to go and make a presentation tomorrow to a client about emotional intelligence, and you can't quite remember what to be saying. It's in here in video form. As I say, there are more than 100 courses in here that you get free access to for life, and they are growing at the rate of about 1 or 2 a month. We have things on how to work with our system, how to understand and debrief the reports, how to present yourself as an emotional intelligence expert. We have keynotes with the scripts. We have every piece of learning you could imagine built into Genos University. It's an utterly unique offering that means that you have genuinely 24/7 support. Inside Genos University, we have something called our document library. It consists of hundreds of pieces of collateral, white papers, presentations, research studies, scripts, just about anything that we've ever created to make our business as Genos with our core clients successful, we share with you. So you can get PowerPoint presentations, you can get brochures, you can get things like, for example, this. We also provide, there are more than 100 social media images designed for you to share on LinkedIn, designed for you to share on Facebook, just to raise your profile as an emotional intelligence expert, okay? So in that document library, you've got everything we know about being an emotional intelligence expert. Each month we send out a bulletin. And that bulletin is not like your classic newsletter. Classic newsletters tend to have a lot of fluff in them. This particular bulletin goes out every month. And every month there's some solid new marketing advice and materials. There's insight into what's happening around the world, what's working for people just like you and other places worldwide. And there are learning and development tips on how to enhance your skills as an emotional intelligence practitioner. So we're in touch with you every month, reminding you what we have and giving you an insight into all of the best publications that are talking about emotional intelligence globally. We run on a very regular basis online events. So here's one, in fact, you're seeing it before anybody else. This will run in the last quarter of this year, which looks at how you can develop your life's vision and self-awareness through the power of journaling. Here's one that we ran on mindful and emotional intelligence sales. Here's one on hiring with emotional intelligence, and this one is on neuroscience of emotional intelligence for coaches, consultants, and trainers. We run those events on a regular basis. You're invited to them. You get to invite your clients to them. If they put their hands up and they say they want to know more, well, then they are passed back to you for that information. These are great education events, which ultimately end up in Genos University as well. So we're really continually educating you. Finally, and this is what I'm really personally excited about, we've put a few months of investment into this already, and by the time you're certified, this will be live, I expect. And this is a completely private social network that looks a little bit like a combination of Facebook and LinkedIn that allows you to network with the many hundreds of Genos certified practitioners worldwide, sharing best practices and ideas, allows you to tune into regular live streams from Genos and some of our best partners, allows you to access our marketing and social content and share it directly from your telephone, and to post videos, images, comments, to look for help, etc. It's for all the world like a Facebook, LinkedIn combination, but just for you and your Genos certified practitioner community worldwide. Nobody else, and I mean with confidence, nobody else has this. We are all about supporting our certified practitioners, and our certified practitioners talk about it. If you want to talk to somebody, let us know and we'll put you in touch with people. Meanwhile, have a read of some of these testimonials. You may want to freeze this because some of them are a little long, because we couldn't figure out where to cut them. But the bottom line is that our certified practitioners all recognize the effort that we put into providing quality support to people. There is nobody in the world who does a better job of partnering with their certified people than Genos does. And those who are certified tell us that exactly. They get a great addition to their business and they get fabulous support in helping that to be a successful addition. So I hope that's given you a little bit of an insight into what's in it for you if you decide to go the way of becoming a certified emotional intelligence practitioner. And we'd be delighted to welcome you on board. If you have any questions whatsoever, simply drop them to eu@genosinternational.com and they'll drop into myself, Deiric McCann, or into Aoife, and we'd be delighted to answer any questions you have. In the meantime, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I look forward to seeing you on one of our sessions sometime in the near future. Thank you very, very much for your time. Take care. Bye-bye.